Welcome back to yet another video of me showing you how I play Lego Star Wars games. And today we have something that was part of the Battle of Geonosis from season 2. But personally, I wish we got to play at landing at point range. And that was pretty fucking awesome with everything that happened in that episode. So with Mundi, Obi-Wan, and Anakin's groups all getting under attack and having to regroup in that bloody battle. That was epic. Alright, so right now we've got some puzzle solving stuff, which I'll admit is fun, but I'm more of an action guy, so I wanted to get to that as soon as possible, especially with how long this takes. Kind of feels like they used this to pad some of the levels out. But one of the cool things about this level is the atmosphere. Here, with just your lightsabers and the lights from your clones to illuminate the place, you get a real spooky vibe from this. I'm pretty sure people like Lucy Loud would love this stuff, up with how they like this kind of horror stuff. In fact, one could argue that the horror of this episode allowed the writers to try some more darker elements in later parts of the series. Alright, now we can get to the real fun stuff, the action. Fighting the Undead. To quote Oda famous Ash, and I don't mean Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, groovy. It's also cool how they, when you first strike them, they lose their head, but they still attack, then they lose their legs, then they try and crawl to get you, but you can still kill them. Before this, the only characters that really fell apart like this were Protocol Droids and Magna Guards, where the Protocol Droids would lose lots of body parts if you slashed them enough, and the Guards would lose their heads after 3 hits, and then the final hit would destroy them. And time to slice more fuckers apart. And this is probably the most brutal Lego will ever get with how they lose limbs like this, but still keep coming at ya. And now we beat the horrifying Queen. Boy, could she use a makeover. Get Lenny Loud on that stat. Yeah, even in this version, the worms that they use to control people's minds are kind of frickin' gross. Okay, why would the Geonosians have that? I mean, besides for the obvious reasons that it's fucking awesome and would be cool to use. And our ultimate Jedi Masters couldn't even tell when their lightsabers were stolen. Jedi at their finest, ladies and gentlemen. Although, admittedly, now we get to see them without their lightsabers and fight using force pushes, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, until we did that, she wasn't going to attack us. She was just going to stand there screaming at us, thinking that looks intimidating. Which, I mean, it kind of does. You know, if her eggs actually explode like that, she'd be more credible. She'd be an even bigger threat. Heck, maybe that Geonosian Queen, if that Geonosian Queen that Vader killed in the comics could do that, he would have had a much harder time killing her. Here we go, what we've been waiting for. You know, she kind of looks like she's trying to push out a really tough shit when she's getting those big ones out that you use to stack up so you can jump up there. And more puzzle solving. Solving which takes some time. So at least this is fun, more fun because the entire area is coming down on ya. So you'd think they could hurry up with this puzzle solving if we're pressed for time like this. And another cool thing of this game, getting to do some pretty awesome things with a lightsaber like that. Okay, again, if she could shoot out frickin' bombs, she might have actually survived. These queens might have actually survived an encounter with Darth Vader. I mean, might have. Darth Vader is a pretty awesome badass, so even with that, they still might have gotten their asses killed. But still. And now to free Luminara unduly. And now we've got Poggle. You know, the series had us capture a few Separatist leaders. Poggle, Tambor, yet somehow they escaped so that they could be killed by Anakin at the end of Episode 3. You'd think before that we would have gotten more useful intel out of them, like how to locate Sidious. But then again, I don't think most of the Separatist leaders really knew that much about Sidious. The only ones that could have provided some useful intel was probably Newt Gunray, because he and the Neimoidians had been working with Sidious much longer since Episode 1, 10 years before the start of the Clone Wars. So he could actually have some intel, which I guess is why it was so imperative that they saved him when he got captured in Season 1, with Ventress saving him from Luminara and Ahsoka in that pretty decent episode, which then led to that Grievous Lair episode, which was cool. Also, very nice of them to leave a trail of coins for us to escape. Those Geonosians are very, very thoughtful, despite being bug monsters that are trying to kill us. Okay, more Jedi should use guns like that, because they are badass. I mean, imagine it. One hand you have a lightsaber so you can deflect attacks, while the other you use the gun to shoot your enemies down. It'd be the ultimate offensive and defensive combo. And now she strolls away like a badass. And we got Poggle.